dear viewers. Good evening. Happy new month. Okay. Last Saturday, children said Happy New Month to you. So today I am saying Happy New Month. Actually. Okay, this is a very special edition of the Inspired Talk Show. Somebody said every edition of the Inspired, we say special edition. Which one is not special? Okay. The Inspired is always special, you know. But today's one, let me just tell you why it is special. We are going to talk to a doctor, a female doctor, a very pretty one at that. She is a movie producer. And let me see, I like to put the names in my head. This is Dr. Idiongo Usen. Yes, I got it. Yeah. So I'm going to talk to her. I'm going to switch the camera to pick her in a short while. Okay, so she's an academic doctor, and she is the producer of the movie called Pickle. And I have watched that movie. It's really nice. So I watched the movie with a friend, and he asked a question. Are you telling me this movie was produced in Akwa Ibom State by an Akwa Ibom person? And I said yes. So it is that good. And then the major character, female, she's from Akwa Ibom State as well, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay. And she looks. Can you imagine? She even looks like Mercy Johnson. I was saying, I really like her. She is nice. So I am just telling you the little I know about the movie. So I am going to switch the camera to her, and I'll tell you why. You know, the other day we spoke with Annabeth Francis. I said that there is a research I am currently carrying out on the Akwa Ibom video industry, movie industry, video film industry. And I said that I do not like to go outside to promote people outside and leave my own people. I like to start from where I am. So for the other research I carried out some time ago, it was on creating awareness for the video film industry in Akwa Ibom State. And I saw that we are doing a whole lot in the industry. So I decided to take it a step further to look into aesthetic elements. Now, aesthetic simply means beautiful. What makes a movie appealing, attractive? If you think about one movie, what are those elements that are in the movie that make the movie interesting, attractive, such that you would like to watch them again? Okay, so that's the focus of this research, and that is the focus of our discussion today. So my name is Iquo. You know now, you know the drill. Iquo Johnson. My name is Iquo Johnson, and my Iquo is spelled Iquo. So this is the Inspired, a very special edition. Like I said, I have been talking a whole lot, so let me switch this camera. Sorry, doctor. So good evening. You're welcome.
Good evening, Iquo. And thank you for having me in your studio today. It's a beautiful space.
Thank you.
I like the work that you're doing.
Thank you. Where's the bill? Oh, I should have invited Inyabasi here. Inyabasi. Oh my goodness, I forgot to invite you. So sorry. Okay, thank you very much. Okay, so please tell us. Okay, let me. Inyabasi does this very well. Okay, so please, you start by telling us about yourself. But this, the brief about yourself is going to be more on your involvement in the movie industry in Akwa Ibom State. So tell us your name and all of that.
Okay, so my name is Dr. Idiongo Usen. I am an academic doctor in clinical social work. So I studied clinical social work to PhD level. But something happened in my life during my master's degree. I think I found myself. I found the creative part of me, and I delved into it. The more I went, the more I enjoyed it, and that was how I kept going finding myself, developing, evolving, until I found myself as a filmmaker. So, as a filmmaker, I started with short films. I did a lot of short films, and I was trying to explore moral entertainment, spirituality, and all of that. And then, when I felt it was time, I decided to make a feature film. And I said to myself, what should I work on? By then I was doing my PhD and I was studying mental health. I was actually working on mental health in my topic. So I decided to do a film that talks about mental health, because one of the things I found out in my research was that not so many people know about mental health. And then again, mental health concerns everyone. So I made the film Pickle, which explores the theme of mental health, and I hope that everyone can get to learn from it and, develop their lives in one way or the other.
Okay, good. I watched the movie, like I said earlier. I really like that movie. I like the setting. I like the theme. You talked about the fact that not many people know about mental health. Yeah. I like the fact that despite the pressure from the parents of the female lead character to leave the husband because of his medical, the mental, yes, she insisted on staying. And she pointed out things to the mother that made the parent that made them cry.
Yeah.
She asked her, how many times did daddy beat you and you stayed? How many times did he go after other women? You knew about it and you stayed. Now you want me to leave my husband's house. I am not leaving. It is a very big lesson for women. That is one. The auntie, the very supportive auntie of the same lead female character, told her the story of her own self, how she left her husband's house over a very trivial matter that could have been resolved. Because friends, peer pressure. Yes. Friends are saying, leave. I would not take that. Why are you taking it? And she left, and then she regretted it. And there she was, supporting her friends who were in their husbands' homes. And the other one, that scene was so touching. The woman came to see her and lied to the husband who called that she went to women's fellowship. And the woman asked her, why did you have to lie? You could have just told him you are with me. She said, what? Do you want him to kill me? That he would say, oh, you went to that woman who cannot submit to a man. Then she was taking money from her to go and feed the same man. I love that woman's action. She took her money back, said, you used my money to pay your children's school fees. And your husband says, I am not submissive. No. So, she encouraged that lady to stay in the home.
Yeah.
I like the other part about the little boy, the son, who was very prayerful, who led the father to Jesus Christ. Oh my goodness, it was so touching. And even the teacher in school, she often prayed with the child. Oh Lord, it was good. Well done.
Thank you.
Well done. Okay, so I am not going to talk about the aesthetics movie. You have answered the second question when you talked about how you got into movie production. So the aesthetic elements, I know what I saw, but I would like you to say with your mouth those elements that you think constitutes aesthetics in the movie, that particular movie.
Okay, about aesthetics in the film Pickle. I'll begin with cinematography. So, for cinematography, I was very particular about getting the right camera and the right cinematographer to work on that set. And then my director. One thing I did with Frank Obasekon directed the film. So the first thing I did with Frank was I gave him my vision board. I said, director, I want this film to look like this, like this, like this. I gave him a cinematic reference. I think we used God Calling. That was the cinematic reference. for the film. So, director, if you've not seen God Calling, go back and see it. Cinematographer, if you have not seen God Calling, go back and see it. Look for any other movie in that category and watch. So that when we do Pickle, we're not trying to replicate this. We don't have the same budget, but we're trying to understand that we can do something actually excellent. And that was it. I think we had very good cinematography. Our shots were good. And I, as a producer, I'm proud of my team. I'm proud of what we came up with. I want to talk about...
I have to ring the bell for you.
So again, I want to talk about sound. I was particular about sound. And if you know my director, Frank will insist on the best. And we actually got good sound for Pickle. Location. Getting locations in New York was a little bit challenging, coupled with the fact that I was very new in town. I didn't know much of the places. But I got a location manager who stressed me, but eventually gave us good locations. And then again, costumes. We hired a professional costumier. She's a UNIO trained costumier, and she did a good job. The costumes were okay. They were good. They were good. I think I really loved the costumes. That first scene where the couple went out, where they hung out, like, it was, even me as the producer, when I saw them in costume, I'm like, wow. So the costumes were okay. And what to get lighting? Well, my director is a gaffer. He would not have accepted anything less. So we had good lighting. I would say that Pickle was good all around. Not because we had everything, but because we insisted on excellence. We had a vision board, like I said earlier. We had a vision board. We knew what we wanted, and we went exactly for that which we wanted. So everyone's output was channeled towards meeting the targets. So we were able to achieve it. With so many challenges, we still achieved something we could be proud of.
Fantastic job, well done.
Okay.
I forgot to mention the fact that you have been very supportive. In fact, as a matter of fact, let me ring the bell for you. Well, I am not surprised because as an academic doctor, you understand the process. So
Yes.
Beyond that, it is good. I remember that I featured you, some of your work in my the other research I talked about before now, and this time around, sometimes you send me materials on your own when I do not even ask. Like you say, this is the teaser, it will help you. This is the poster, the flyer, it will help you. You send information. You ask about some members of the audience who had watched the movie. You send names and the contact. Fantastic. Thank you so much. That's what I mean by, in terms of support for this particular research, I would rate you as number 1.
Wow.
And Abiot Francis is number 2.
Wow.
In the sense that Abiot is fantastic. She has been in the studio.
Wow.
And the day she came, she had trouble locating the place, but eventually she came, and then she spoke a whole lot, very insightful talk. So thank you so much. I like it. I like when female supports themselves. I have heard stories that females do not like to support one another. For whatever reason, but that's not the case with you. So, well done.
Thank you.
So having identified some of the aesthetic elements in your own movie, Pickle. By the way, what does pickle mean?
Pickle. That word. I think it has. Oh Lord. Okay, I'm so ashamed to have forgotten the exact dictionary.
Is it like something
meaning.
that
Like, yeah, something like she was like in trouble.
Because that's the image I get when I think about it.
It's kind of a trouble that you're not able to get out of, and all of that. I did not check out the dictionary meaning in recent time, but I know it has something to do with troubles. That's why the tagline for the movie says when love puts you in trouble.
Like that lady.
Yes,
Really
like the lead character, she's in love and she's in trouble and she has to make a way for herself. So that was the meaning.
Okay, there is a particular scene where, they were actually having a nice time. They were ready to go to bed. They were already in bed, actually. And she suggested that he should see a therapist.
Yeah.
And he just flew off the handle. What? Are you telling me I am not? And he threw things at her. She ran. Oh my goodness. And at that point, I think she remembered a similar scene where she lost a child from one of his attacks like that. But eventually, you see, the Bible, Jesus said, words are seeds. When you give an idea, at that time the person might not consider it, but later on, probably the Holy Spirit will take it and minister. So by himself, he agreed to see a therapist. And I like the way the role that the therapist played. I like the way she handled the sessions, and it really helped him. It helped him to come out of that situation. So well done there. Okay.
Do you know why he eventually agreed to see the therapist?
No.
Because at this point he had to choose between losing her and seeing a therapist.
Okay.
So I, as the writer, that is what is in my head.
Okay.
When he spoke with his psychiatrist, it was like he didn't want to lose her. That's why he didn't tell her in the first instance.
Okay.
So at this point, he had gotten to the wall and he knew it's either I tell this woman or I don't. I'm either going to lose her or get help. So, of course, she had packed her bags and it had gotten to a point where she was afraid for her life and all of that. But by the time he was getting help, she felt safer.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just remembered another scene, because when I first saw that scene, I was wondering, he was having an attack, and then there was a female who appeared. Like, it seemed that he was hallucinating. So the lady appeared and kept saying, you dumb, like you dumb something.
Dumb son of a dead woman.
So, and then the more she spoke, the more it got to him. It was later when he was narrating, the story about his childhood.
Yeah.
And the wife asked him, but why did you not tell me? So, that was where, it became clear. That's okay, because I was wondering, who is this person? Is it a ghost? Who is she? But when he narrated the story, I got to understand. So, job very well done.
Thank you.
And then I like the ending. It did not end like a cliffhanger, no. It did not end like a cliffhanger, but it had a happy ending, in the sense that the auntie was becoming really disturbed. She got into drinking. Thank God, the lady went to the lead character, female character, found her and tried to get her out of it. Then, she found love. I was waiting Victor Thompson, see him right there. Look at him there. Yes, in our studio when we were on Inspiration FM. So he was a widower and she was a divorcee. So it was so nice. They began, romancing.
I like to be in love again.
When he said, he mentioned when Mayan died. Okay, she was asking him, by the way, how did you learn to dance so well? He said, well, it was something that gave him some kind of succor when Mayan passed. So she asked, who is Mayan? He said, my wife. Then, there was a pause, and then he said, then she said, I used to be married as well. I love that, the way the dialogue went, it was nice. Okay, not talking too much. Professor Owemedi Matapo complains a lot about narrative in our movies. We talk too much and very little action. So he tries to encourage, script writers to de-emphasize narrative. Just a little dialogue, show us more of the action. So I love the way the dialogue went there. Okay, so on the global scene, on the regional scene, by regional I mean sub-Saharan Africa, the national scene, Nollywood, those movies that we have produced, Nollywood, Hollywood, the rest of Africa, can you identify any of those movies that we have this aesthetic elements?
Yeah. I mean, the Nigerian film industry is actually doing a lot these days. Like, as a producer, you would watch Nigerian movies, and if you're not careful, you will be scared. You'll be like,
when will I get there? When shall? God, when?
So there are so many good movies. I mean, big producers are there, like Funke Akindele. She's doing good with her movies. But then, let me not talk about so many so I don't get confused. Let me just focus on God Calling, which was the cinematic reference for my own film. God Calling had everything aesthetics in place, in my own opinion. So
is it Nigerian?
Yes, it's Nigerian.
Okay.
It's Nigerian.
Who's the producer? Do you know? Director?
No, I can't recall.
Okay, I'll check it out.
Yeah, but the lighting, the cinematography, the locations, the quality of actors, everything was good. The storytelling itself was good. Sound, God Calling was good. Both the sound from the dialogues and the introduced sounds, they were all good. And then recently, I think 2 days ago, I watched Christmas in Lagos.
Okay.
That's another movie that I'm like, okay, recent time. Okay. Christmas in Lagos is a simple but beautifully told story.
Okay.
So much is done. Even when they're in traffic, the sound is still good. You see the color combinations in their costumes, the Africanism, everything, aesthetics. They paid attention to details. Just excellence. It may not be perfection, but excellence. You see that print of excellence in the work. Okay. I think I can actually recommend those two films.
Okay.
Not like there are so many others, but for the sake of this time,
okay,
let's just stop on those two.
Okay.
I think I love what I saw in those two.
Okay.
Really much.
So that is Victor Thompson over there.
Yeah, that's Victor Thompson of Utah.
Okay. All right. In Iquo movies. Okay. Some Iquo movies.
Yeah.
Can you identify any or some Iquo movies that also integrates this aesthetic elements?
Okay. Iquo producers are actually doing a lot. We're doing well. And I'll begin by talking about short films, because we don't have a large market here, but I know of a lot of creative artists in Akwa State that are doing well. Like, they pay attention to aesthetic elements in their short films. I would mention Miracle Blaze first. That guy is good. He himself is a cinematographer, so he pays attention to cinematic elements in his films. You see his shots are different. Miracle Blaze he shot a silent movie for me, a short film that was silent. But everyone who saw that film came back to me with, whoever shot this film knows what he's doing.
Wow.
So Miracle Blaze's short films, I may not remember the names of any of them. There's one he did for cancer just recently. They're all good. He pays attention to excellence in terms of aesthetics. Then Frank Abasekon's Room 10.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I
Room
featured
10.
it in the other.
Okay, Room 10 is good. Then I was on the set of Annabeth Francis's Higher Crime.
Okay, I am featuring that one this time around.
I think I just came into Aquarium and then
okay.
Benedict would be invited me to that set.
Wow.
I may not speak about other details, but you see costuming. She paid attention.
Oh, thank you. That's my person. Shout out to Annabeth Francis.
Shout out to Annabeth Francis. Then recently, Benedict would be did a film called Ultimate Betrayal.
Okay.
Yeah. She paid attention to aesthetics. The sound was good. My mom watched the film and she was like, "Female, Megan, I'm getting like, Mom, can't you recognize Auntie B?" so the aesthetic elements there, the location, she got really good locations for that movie. The sound is good. Her shots are very good for that movie.
Wow.
I think those are the ones I can talk about for my home state.
Very
I know
good.
there are a lot more, but those are the ones that I can speak about.
Okay.
Yes.
I know some. I know some that are really good,
Okay.
but I am not allowed to speak because the producers do not like me to talk about them.
Okay.
So I cannot even mention them, for copyright issues and all of that. So
It's fine.
Okay. So do you also know, on the other side, on the flip side, any movie in Akwa Ibom State that has not, or movies that have not integrated these aesthetic elements?
Well, I would say that such films exist. They do exist, but I don't think I know of any. I know they do exist, but as a producer, as a writer, if I start watching a film and it doesn't give, it's not giving, I would actually be turned off. So I wouldn't watch it long enough to understand that this one is not good enough, and also no title is coming to my mind, so I don't have anyone to mention.
Not a problem.
Yeah.
I am happy you have answered this question. I'll tell you why.
Okay.
The other producer said this question. I am not going to answer it for obvious reasons, because it would seem that you are looking down on.
Okay, you're talking down on other.
But I do not see it in that light. People are different. The perspective I see it from is that if we identify them, then we'll be careful to avoid those things and or work on improving them. That's the essence of the critic. We need to critique those movies so that we can improve on what we are doing.
Yeah.
So
Victor Thompson said something one time in Utah, one of the film festivals. So he said, here we are here to learn what we should know and what we should do and what we shouldn't do about filmmaking. So we actually should be open to everything, the good, the bad, the positive, the negative. Because it's in knowing what you shouldn't do that you'll be able to avoid it. Sometimes you won't have to go and make that error by yourself. Yeah.
Victor Thompson said the same thing to me. Said after a program, like I asked him about it, he said we should be able to sit back, look at what we did well, what we did not do well. We should be able to take the criticism, positive. Okay. So we're moving to in producing this movie, Pickle. Did you comply with national, professional, and commercial norms? By that I mean regulatory bodies like the National Video and Film Censors Board. Did you go through them? Are you a member of the Association of Movie Producers of Nigeria and all of that?
So first, I am a member of the Association of Movie Producers of Nigeria, the Akwa Ibom State chapter, which Annabeth Francis happens to be our chairman. Yes, and one other way that I complied is that all the people that I hired for the job were actually registered members of different associations.
Fantastic.
Yes. but the film is yet to be censored because we are yet to release it to the public.
Okay.
So before we release, it should be censored, but we've started the process.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Now, this process you have started, is it in the Aquaibom chapter? I know why I'm asking. Is it in the Aquaibom chapter of the National Video and Film Census Board?
Can I avoid that question? Yes, I can.
Okay.
Yes,
sure.
until I've completed the process, I wouldn't want to talk about it.
Okay, because
Yes.
I had a discussion as well with the representative of the board here, the National Video and Film Census of Video and Film Census Board. So because I asked him how many films in Akwa Ibom states have been censored, and he could not give me the number. And I told him, no, you should be able to give me the number. So he said he cannot give me the number because they do not pass through that particular office. Some would tell you, oh, I went to the Enugu chapter, I went to Aba, I went to Port Harcourt, Lagos, and all of that. So he had only about 2, and I was alarmed. So he said that is the way it is. And I told him, but there should be a way that you encourage, producers in Akwa Ibom State to pass through this particular chapter. So that is why I asked. Well, but the most important thing is that you have completed the process. Okay, fine. You already talked about your focus, so you had answered the question. When you're focused in the movie, when you said you gave the director
a vision board.
Good.
Yeah,
so
okay.
you have answered that question, and that question goes with if the director had the same focus, because sometimes the producer knows exactly what he or she wants, but the director says no. I'm the director, and they will always tell you this is a Frank Abasekong's film. You are the producer, but your name the film is not named after you. It's named after Frank Abasekong because he shot the movie. So he would insist.
The director's film.
The director and the cinematographer, they call the shots. You bring the money, we do the job for you. So
okay, I never had such experiences. We worked together I shared from the scripts, I shared the scripts, I gave them, because these are people that actually I trusted their intelligence. So I trusted Frank. I had seen his work. I had shared his work with my team of associate producers. So they saw it. We trusted his creativity. We trusted his talent. We trusted his commitment to excellence. So from the word go, I was able to let him in on, director, this is what I think. And by the way, we're doing something else soon.
I cannot wait to see it.
So he told director, this is what I think. What do you think? So in the end, we always arrive on the same goal.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fantastic. I like the fact that you say you are doing something else. I had interviewed Anabiet Francis about 3 times for the other research I did. And she said something when I asked her about getting support from like the government, like corporate organizations, like well-meaning individuals. And she said, sometimes if you want to see what you do, like Banky W sang, what are you capable of? So they want to see what you can do. So she wants a situation where people know that there is an Anabiet Francis somewhere producing movies. Incidentally, she is now one of the special assistants to His Excellency, the Governor of Akwa Ibom State, Pastor Umo, PhD. Our pastor has, governor has PhD. No easy. Okay, so she is now there, and I believe she should be getting more support for her movies. Although she is not, she used to run the Orange Boot Camp before now, where she trained, she trained young people on different aspects of film production, but she is not doing that at the moment. She is doing more of amazing Iquo. And she's always posting videos of food on Facebook, and people say, Anebe, this is wicked. How will you be showing us pounded yam in the morning? Oh God. Okay, so I'm going to ask about the achievements of the movie, Pickle. I know that it has been entered for one film festival.
So,
Okay, so you talk about the achievements.
okay, so Pickle was the headline movie for UTAF, that's Youth Theatre and Film Festival, in 2023. Yes, it was the headline movie, and the reviews were humbling for me.
Wow.
This is my first feature film production, and hearing such comments, seeing the reviews, and the fact that people could buy into it was relatable. The idea of mental health was relatable to everyone. It was huge for me. And from there was someone who came from Abuja. It was like, enter it for Zuma Film Festival. I mean, you could get in, and I entered for Zuma Film Festival, and yes, we were selected.
Wow.
So we've been selected twice.
Okay.
And we're hoping for more.
Okay.
We're still on festival runs.
Okay.
But last year, during the World Mental Health Day, we showed Pickle. That was when it was premiered officially.
Okay.
We showed Pickle. People came to see the movie, and then we had like a mental health awareness event, and the impact was huge, which is actually the greatest deal for me in filmmaking. Making impact, especially bringing health-related topics to film, explaining it to everybody, because most health situations people don't know about them.
Mm-hmm.
So those have been like the achievements of the movie Pickle, and we are hoping for more. There'll be more. Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you
I
very
should
much.
give you All right, well done. We are getting to the end. Thank you for your patience. Okay, so I am a little worried about the fact that I have not been able to access that movie. I know the trouble it took me. I went through so much trouble. That was last week. Was it Monday? I was trying to watch the movie because I need to watch that movie. So I went with a friend to some place that is very difficult to access. So I eventually got there, and I watched. It was in the night.
Oh.
So I finished, and I got home. In the process of locating the place, I ran out of fuel. I do not understand why this should not end now, because we have to capture this mystery. Okay, I will go back. That was that story again from there. Oh wow. Okay. Okay, so in the process of locating your editor to watch the movie, I ran out of fuel, but I have learned to be strong in this my life.
Strong woman.
I carry petrol like this, so wherever the petrol ends, is to finish in the car, I return the other one. Keep moving, Then I got there. I was saying, I need to get fuel, but that place was so rowdy. I was not able to park to get fuel. So I said, okay. I just pray that by the time I'll be leaving, the fuel station will still be open. Guess what? I drove out of the streets onto the road. This is my car. This is the fuel station. They had closed.
Oh.
And I said, hey, nobody sent me message. I send myself. So I do not have anybody to complain to or to blame. So I just locked my car, removed the jerry can, locked the car, entered Keke, went to buy the petrol. And I was just saying, God, you have seen all this, So I bought the petrol, and I came back forward, and I drove, and I got home. So I knelt down, I said, praise the Lord. I went and I came back. Jesus is Lord. But I was happy I watched the movie. So that's why I'm saying I am a little worried that I am not able to access the movie. I would like a situation where the movie is available on YouTube. where I can just watch, because I need to watch it over and over again to be able to identify the aesthetic. Even that my friend that went with me was like, but you have to watch that movie again now to be able to do your. I said, I know.
Concentrating on the story first,
So I am asking now, how can members of the public like me, like this, how can we access the movie?
Okay, so let me make a promise that Pickle will be out for your consumption soon enough.
Okay.
I cannot put a date to this promise, but I am promising you that you will have access soon. Yeah.
Okay, I will tell you another short story.
Okay.
When a Nigerian man tells you soon, it's like the man is in his house. He say, "I dey road, I dey come. Where exactly are you?" Mama don't go for us here, mom. He say, "I dey come." So this your soon is sounding like that in my ear.
Yeah, I actually want Pickle to be out there.
Let me catch your camera again.
Okay, so I want Pickle to be out there. So my soon will be soon. Trust me.
Okay. I would like to have a copy for myself.
Okay.
I am not showing it to the public. As a matter of fact, one of the producers, she did not exactly understand what I intended to do. I explained, but people read one thing and interpret it another way. So I had to keep calling, and I said to her that I need to watch the movie. So she asked, are you like going to show the movie somewhere? I said, no, I just want to watch it for myself. I want to have it in my phone so I can watch it. When I sit down and watch it, I can see all the elements myself, even the ones you have not mentioned. I can see male characters with the husband, so and so and so and so and so. I need it for the in-depth analysis. So I am pleading, I will not show the movie to anybody. It is just for my, So please consider that request. So we're going to wrap up in a short while. So I am going to ask for your parting shots, what you would like to say to creative people in Akwa Ibom State, in Nigeria, across the world, and all of that.
Okay. I think this is the point where I'm sober and I'm trying.
Sober reflection.
Okay, so to every creative person out there, I want you to know that your dreams are valid. I want you to know that growth is pertinent. You may not understand what you're doing now, why you're doing it, where you're going with it, but if you can keep going and allow yourself the grace to grow, I can tell you that you will arrive at somewhere that you will be very proud of. I know when it comes to growth and evolution, I know about it. I have allowed myself the grace to grow. This is not where I started from. I didn't even know I'll get here. I was just enjoying what I was doing. And one more thing, do not replace excellence with anything at all. There will be times when you could easily choose something less, but please, for your sake and the sake of your audience, do not replace excellence with anything else. And finally, I'd like to end with the words of my dad, Professor Usen Sunday Smith. He always says to me, will you leave the world without leaving anything for them to live by? He says, live for the impact. Do not tell people who you are. It's better when they find out.
Wow.
So please, take these words and make with them whatever you wish. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you very much. I am going to close now with a story from the Bible. The children of Israel had left Egypt on the instruction of God, led by Moses, They got to the Red Sea. Before them, the Red Sea. Behind them, the Egyptians. In pursuit. And the children of Israel cried out to Moses. Moses cried out to God. And God asked him, why do you cry to me? Speak unto the children of Israel that they go forward. So I say to you, and this is why we do be inspired, no matter what you are going through. It does not even matter the challenges. Keep going forward.
Yeah.
I tell you, go forward. You will get what you are looking for. So today has been a very special edition of the Inspired Talk Show with Dr. I.D. Smith. Okay? She is the producer of Pickle movie. When the movie is out, I would like you to watch it. I want to thank you once again for the support. It was not easy to locate this place, but you were here. Thank you so much. Thank you, Esther Iniabasi. I miss you. I am so sorry I forgot to call you to join us today. So I want to say thank you to all of you. Nobody joined us today, but I believe you will watch this later. When you watch it, please make a comment, share it, subscribe to our YouTube channel, like and follow us on Facebook at The Inspired Talk Show with Iquo. So we shall be here again on Saturday from 11 a.m. Please join us then. I am saying, my name is Iquo. Enjoy the rest of your week. Be good to yourself, be good to others, and remember, you will succeed if you do not give up on that dream. Wow, it's you, Fanasian says, thank you so much, Mama Iquo. She just joined us. Thank you, it's you, Fan. So, my name is Iquo. My name is Iquo Johnson. I say to you, be inspired. Goodbye. God bless you.
It's scary. Who be this? You already know. Oh, yeah. Jumbo say so. Jason. In my bone, you say fine girl. This say I so fine girl. Si I'm gonna my girl. I want you to be a boo, my girl. My girl. Cause I know you want somebody. Cause I know you need somebody. Cause I know you want somebody. I know you need somebody. Girl, you need somebody. Say, if I'm from Canada, I could take you to Canada. Oh yeah, Canada, I could take you to Canada. If I'm from Canada, I could take you to Canada. Oh yeah, Canada, I go take you to Canada. Jumbo said so. For the better, you fake killing man. For the better, nobody better than. For the better, you fake killing man. For the better, nobody better than. But belly nice girl, wow. Bit shirt.